a new unit that's on carbohydrates. We are going to study the structural details of carbohydrates in a little bit detail actually. What are carbohydrates? They are hydrates of carbon. We will come to that later. Now we should see why should we study about carbohydrate? Actually this carbohydrate they are widely distributed in the living world and there's a lot of commercial importance for this class of compounds. For example, you can see here, this is paddy. More than 95% of the human beings upon the earth are consuming rice as their staple food. Do you know that rice is made up of, or the food material in the rice is made up of starch? Starch is a very good example for a carbohydrate. Your rice puddings, and different types of food materials which your mom prepares in your home is actually starch. And what about this? This is wheat. You are familiar with the wheat and wheat atta, etc. It's wheat powder. We make chapati, etc. with wheat. That also is mainly starch. Starch is carbohydrate. And what is this? Banana. Different types of bananas are there. Again, starch. This is potato. Again, starch. So most of our food materials are made up of carbohydrates. You just consider yourself. What was your breakfast today? What was your lunch today? What will be your dinner today? And how many of those materials are not made up of carbohydrate? Your answer will be almost less than 1%. So more than 99.9% of our food is made up of carbohydrate. And therefore carbohydrate is a very important source of energy for us. In our body, carbohydrate is a very important source of energy. Not only that, in our blood, there is sugar, glucose. And you might have heard of citric acid cycle. You might have heard of glycolysis, etc., which are the metabolic pathways in our body, and they are concerned with the breakdown of glucose, carbohydrate. And you might have heard of glycogen. Glycogen is actually present in your liver, etc., in your muscles, etc. This is equivalent to starch in the plant body. We say glycogen is the animal starch. Another good example for carbohydrate. So carbohydrates are very important sources of energy for living organisms and especially for human beings. What about industry? Can you see this? This is textile, clothes. The dress which you are wearing may be made up of cotton. Do you know that the cotton is actually cellulose? And cellulose is a good example for carbohydrate. And what about the paper on which you are writing? This is the paper. Again, another example of cellulose. What about this wooden furniture? You are using wooden furniture in your day-to-day life. They are plant materials, mostly cellulosic in nature. So, from time immemorial, since the origin of human civilization, we are using carbohydrates for our day-to-day life. And recent technology, the cellulosic material of the plants around us can be converted into ethanol. Do you know what is ethanol? Ethyl alcohol. We are familiar with ethyl alcohol because it is a part of whiskey and brandy and rum and beer and wine, etc. People in Kerala are using it, or better say misusing it for drinking purposes, a type of abnormal drinking purpose, we may say. Okay, this ethanol is a component of beverage, and beverage is an important industry in our country. But not only that, this ethanol can be used as a fuel in the internal combustion engine. Now you have your car and bike etc., which are running using petrol. This ethanol can be mixed with the petrol, or this ethanol can be used as such as a fuel in those engines. Do you know that? In USA, in Brazil etc., they are already doing it. And here the finding is that the cellulosic components obtained from the plants can be converted into ethanol with an approximate yield of 32% by mass. How do we get cellulose? On our roadside, nearby our railway tracks, etc. There are so many waste plants, wild plants, which we believe are of no use for us. All those plants nearby the roadside and highway side and railway track etc. can be collected and they can be used for the production of ethanol. Ethanol is fuel. So just think like this. If you produce maximum amount of ethanol like this, we can decrease import of petroleum fuel from the Gulf countries. So you see, carbohydrates are that much important. That's why we should study the biochemistry of carbohydrates. This is your syllabus in this chapter. Already you know the syllabus. We have their isomerism. We need to classify them into monosaccharide, disaccharide and polysaccharide etc. And we will study their structure. This is an organization of the plant cell wall. This is the middle lamella. What is the middle lamella? Middle lamella is the region between two cells. Here is the primary cell wall, the first formed cell wall in the plant body. And here is the plasma membrane. Where is the cytoplasm? On this side will be the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is inner to the plasma membrane. Okay. Now, where is carbohydrate present in the plant cell wall? Most important structurally, or we say quantitatively, most important carbohydrate in the plant cell wall is cellulose microfiber. Cellulose is forming these heavy fibrils, and those cellulose heavy fibrils are examples for carbohydrate. And you can see here hemicellulose, another example for carbohydrate. And you can see pectin. Pectin is an example for carbohydrate. Actually, that was my research material for my PhD research. This pectin. You see, pectin is actually joining together the other components of the plant cell wall, including cellulose and hemicellulose. All these are examples for carbohydrates, and the cell walls are remaining as such because of the presence of carbohydrate in it. And remember, other components such as proteins etc. are also there in the cell wall. Okay. And is this carbohydrate of any importance clinically? You know, biochemistry has a lot of significance in the clinical scenario, in the medicinal or pharmaceutical scenario. Now, I am talking to you. I have never seen your face because we are handling classes in an online manner. You know why? Because of this fellow, SARS-CoV-2. What is SARS-CoV-2? It is the virus that is causing COVID-19, severe acute respiratory syndrome, and coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2. This is the virus particle. You see on the surface of the virus particle, spike proteins are there. All these mushroom-like things are the spike proteins. It is labeled here. Remember that spike protein is actually a glycoprotein. Did you see the term glycoprotein? Glyco means something concerned with carbohydrate. We simply mean that this spike protein is an assembly of carbohydrate and protein. And this glycoprotein, this carbohydrate, has a very important role in the recognition of the host cell. If this spike protein is not there, this coronavirus cannot infect human host cell. Then you may be wondering, okay, then why don't we destroy the spike glycoprotein so that we will not be affected by the coronavirus anymore? It's a good suggestion. But the problem is that these spike proteins on this membrane, other components of the membrane are formed from our Golgi apparatus inside the host cell. This membrane what we see is obtained from the Golgi apparatus of the human host cell. So human host cell also contain the same glycoproteins. So it is a complicated issue, but it is very much important, not only for corona protein, but you might have heard of a group of viruses called influenza viruses, or you might have heard of, you know, Middle East respiratory syndrome, I mean syndrome earlier, or avian flu earlier a few years back. All those viruses are having a similar structure, and all these viruses are having, glycoproteins. Okay, what about the plasma membrane in our cell? This is our normal cell. I mean plasma membrane around a normal cell. They contain a lot of protein, and they also contain glycolipids, which means lipids associated with the carbohydrate. You can see here carbohydrate, you can see here glycoprotein, which means carbohydrate associated with the protein. So carbohydrate is a normal component of the plasma membrane of our body. What are they doing there? Their duty is, to act as a type of antenna for the recognition of the cell by other components. And also these antennae, these glycoproteins and glycolipids and carbohydrates help this cell to identify other cells. They help this cell to communicate with other cells. For example, so this was about cell surface glycoproteins and lipids. This is about this diagram. And you have heard of ABO antigens. Some of you have blood group A. Why do you have blood group A? Because you have antigen A. And what is antigen A? Antigen A consists of a sugar called galactose, another sugar called N-acetyl glucosamine, this one, N-acetyl glucosamine, and another sugar called N-acetyl galactosamine, and the fourth sugar called fucose. So antigen A is an arrangement of carbohydrates where on the surface of your red blood cell. And some of you have antigen B because you have blood group B. How many of you have blood group B? Some of you. And what is B antigen? Consists of galactose, consists of N-acetyl glucosamine, consists of galactose, and fucose. Just to compare, what's the difference between antigen A and antigen B? From the base, the first sugar is galactose for both. The second sugar is N-acetyl glucosamine for both. The third sugar is galactose for both. There is no difference. Then how do they differ? And again, the branch molecule is fucose in both. Then how do they differ? If the fourth sugar is galactose, it is B antigen or antigen B. If the fourth sugar is N-acetyl galactosamine, then it is antigen A. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Then what about O antigen? It does not have either this N-acetyl galactosamine or galactose. This is actually antigen O. Or we say, when there is neither antigen A nor antigen B, we say the blood group is O. And when do we say the blood group is AB? Very rarely some of you may have this blood group AB. And what's it? They have both the antigens A and B on the surface of your RBC. And why should I talk all those things? Because you know the importance of blood group. You know the importance of blood group. During an injury or an accident or during a childbirth, etc., sometimes the patient may lose blood and we have to provide blood into that body by means of transfusion. That time blood grouping is very much essential. This is also connected with the tissue compatibility. These cell surface glycoproteins, glycolipids, and these antigens and all the other characteristic antennae molecules on the cell surface are very important in organ transplantation. When our kidney is damaged, we can accept a kidney from a donor, but only if these antigens are matching, because there is tissue matching. We will study those things detailed in our syllabus later. Now you just understand that carbohydrate molecules on the surface of the cells are very much important in cell-cell recognition, cell-cell communication, etc. and including transport also sometimes. Coming. Okay, here we are coming to that point in detail. Carbohydrates present on the surface of the membranes for cell-cell recognition. Look here, this is an antibody. You know that we are producing antibody whenever an antigen is entering into our body. Our body produces antibody. This Y-shaped molecule is the antibody. The antibody is recognizing glycan binding protein, GBP. So antigen antibody interactions are involving this type of carbohydrate molecules. These are glycoproteins. This is a microbial or viral glycan recognition. How is our antibodies recognizing a microbial antigen entering our body? Because this microbial antigen has carbohydrates on its surface, and it may also be proteins. And our antibodies are actually glycoproteins. So they are involved in a recognition process. Here you can see glycoproteins, how are they produced inside the cell and how are they brought to the cell surface. So carbohydrates are involved in cell recognition. Here different colors are given in this diagram. Each of the color is representing a particular carbohydrate molecule. Sialic acid is there, and fucose is there, mannose is there, N-acetyl galactosamine, galactose, as you can see, all the sugars. We will study about them in detail in this chapter. So carbohydrates are very much important. Even our SARS-CoV-2 virus is utilizing its carbohydrates units to identify our host cell and to enter into the host cell and to cause the disease. So beware of carbohydrates.